Welcome to the Gokhale Education Society's BYK College of Commerce, Nasik. We are here to facilitate online e-support learning program for the 12th standard students. This particular session will be on section 3 writing skills and specifically focusing on the summary writing skills at the 3.1 in section 3. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Praveen Mure at the BYK College of Commerce and also the member of the Board of Studies at Pune. When we talk about summary writing, what actually we understand and what actually we have to focus on is more important. Their main concern, the students' main concern is, or their main problem to understand writing skills are many. Some of these problems, basic problems are, what does summarizing exactly mean? What is the meaning? Different answers are predicted out of this. So this meaning will be clarified in this session. What is the exact process, or what are the different steps for the students to understand while they summarize the given extract or unseen passage? What should be the length? What should be the size? How much to write? What to write? What not to write? How many paragraphs they should write? What should be the style? What should be the format? This also is the main concern of many students. And last but not the least, the do's and don'ts, which are very important. So students should know what to do while summary writing and what to avoid, what not to do while they summarize the passage. Let's start with the basics of summarizing. Let's try to understand the meaning first. So in the introduction part, I think the meaning will be very clear. Now, as we all know that it is a great skill, and every reader, every writer, or even a ordinary movie goer, one who watches movies, for all these people, summary writing is one of the most important skills, because they need to tell people, they need to tell people in short what was their experience regarding the reading part, the writing part, or even the movie part. What do we do when we summarize? We tell something in short, we condense, we reduce the actual given part, make it more simple. We do not elaborate it. We avoid all the details in it. And we express whatever is exactly required, and we edit, we ignore what is not required. So summarizing deals with what is exactly required. So what not is required is totally removed from our summary writing part. It is a very easy skill. Once you practice, it becomes very easy, and therefore practice will make you perfect. In our everyday life, we go on sharing our experiences to others, and we don't tell them all the details. We need to tell them in short, in a specific style, in a specific format, and therefore in everyday life, summarizing becomes an important part. Last but not the least, this particular writing skill is nothing but a shortened version, a small version. It can be a story, it can be a passage, and what we exactly do is we shorten the summary, we shorten the original passage into a summary, and we consider only the main facts. We consider only the relevant information, and we do not consider what is unimportant or irrelevant or whatever is not necessary. Let us see the objectives of learning summary skill. Why should we learn this skill? Why? How will it benefit us? Now, in extracting the ideas from a given text, what is done is we clearly and concisely bring out the main focus from the given extract. The main idea. What is the subject? What is the core message behind the summary? That has to be understood. What we exactly do is we comprehend, we try to understand whatever is given, and we redesign the same message into our own words. So therefore, we establish command over the received information, and therefore we redesign the information, and this is done for better understanding, for more understanding, because details won't be able to convey the whole meaning. Something that is relevant, something that is very precise, in short, will tell us what exactly summary is. And you know that a passage, a content in front of you is all scattered. Its structures, its ideas, its concepts, the data, the information is all scattered and explained in detail. What we need to do is we have to restructure this. We have to use a particular format. We have to follow some rules. We have to follow some prerequisites, that is required information, before we actually write a writing skill, and develop this skill which needs a particular structure. Now, students will certainly get satisfied when they actually learn this skill, when they achieve some mastery over this skill, and which is going to help them in their real life, both in speaking and writing. So, let us talk on the length of the summary. How can we decide the length? Actually, a passage in front of you will never tell you what sort of summary is going to come out. An unseen passage will not at the first place tell you how much will be the summary. It can be any. So deciding the length of summary, it will not depend on just looking at the passage. Actually, the content of the passage is more important on deciding the length of the summary. So content, what sort of content it is, what sort of subject, how many details it has, how many ideas, what are the scattered images in that, how many concepts have been explained, what sort of digital data or what sort of any particular data is explained, how many examples are given. So all this have a very important place in summary. We already know that whatever is given in front of us has to be reduced. That means that we have to take only the important things. So a good summary condenses the original text. It is also said that it should be considerably shorter than the passage, the unseen passage that is given to you. Considerably shorter. It should be very, very short. Very short. It can be more than 5-6 lines can be the summary of the whole passage. So we do not use the unessential information. So length depends on the purpose of the summary. First thing, number one. And how are you going to use the summary? Where are you going to use the summary? So it can be of any length. Length cannot be decided. It can be 1/2 of the original passage. It can be 1/3. 1/3 is actually a précis, or it can be 1/8 of the length of the original passage. So summary can be of any length. No specific rules, no specific word limit, and no specific uh, information. It all depends on the purpose, the subject, the details of the original summary, and therefore we have to consider all these facts while we decide on the length of the summary of the original passage. And this is already told that the purpose of the summary is more important. So length depends on the purpose, and that is one of the most important considerations before we decide the length of the summary. Let's talk on the format, the design, the style of presentation of the summary. The format and design and style. Why we have taken all these three together is to consider that we are supposed to write this answer in a particular process. This is the process. Format, design, style. It is the exact way of presenting your answer. Exact way. So format will tell you, the design will tell you, the style will tell you how are you going to write your answer. How? So format, in general, the format of the summary that you're going to present. Then one important fact is you should write the answer of the summary in one single paragraph. One single. There should be no second paragraph for your summary. The fact also is your summary begins with a title. Unless you write a title, you cannot proceed further. But all your ideas and information of the original extract depend on the title of the summary. So title is the must. There may be marks, there may be no marks for title, but the title is very important, because without a title for any writing skill is irrelevant. So title is the must. It is written to be written in your own words. Own words doesn't mean all own words. The sentence construction should be your own. You have to take main points from the original passage. The summary also contains the ideas of the original text and not your own ideas. The ideas only from the original text, because you need not add anything of your own. So that we are going to see later. Let me remind you that these ideas come only from the original text. The last sentence is very important because it helps the reader to understand the whole thing that is presented, like a paraphrasing of the whole summary in one single sentence. So the last sentence is more important, and it depends. It comes by skill. It comes by practice. So this is regarding the format. Let's continue with the design, the style of presentation, title, and one complete paragraph which reflects the whole summary. This again, let me repeat, one single paragraph. It helps you to understand more of the original passage. So you can specify your own length as per requirement, and once you know how to write a summary, what to write will be very easy. What comes next? First is the format. How to write. How is more important. How to present your data. How to present your answer. So most of the writing skills in the board examination, it all depends on the style of presentation. Once this is understood, presenting data or content in that particular format becomes very easy for every student. Let us come to the main part of the summary writing process. I have divided this into two parts. This is the first part. So these are the preliminary steps. Step one by one, how to proceed towards writing your summary in the examination. Now, actually, you won't have so much time at the time of examination. This will come by practice, and once you know the steps, unknowingly you will do all these things, and summary writing will become very easy for you. First of all, you are going to skim the text. Skimming is a process by which you just go on looking at the passage, unseen passage, and trying to generalize or make a general idea or the meaning of the text. Maybe you will underline some important points while skimming. Skimming is just going through quickly through the passage and underlining some important words. This will give you the subject, this will give you the title, this may give you the title or may not give, because at the later part also you can get a different title for the same original passage. So skimming is just going through very quickly and trying to understand the meaning of the extract. What is the subject, on which subject is the whole passage written. This can be considered also as the first reading of the extract. What to do while skimming? Read the text, highlight the important information, take notes. So actually summary writing skill is more that of taking notes, and your summary is based on that particular notes which you take and not the original passage. So this is very important to be understood. Let me repeat, your taking notes is going to help you to write the summary and not the original unseen passage. One important sentence in every unseen passage, which is most important and cannot be removed from the whole unseen passage, is called as the topic sentence. And this particular topic is going to help you to make your summary very precise. And all the other important words that you underlined are your keywords, and can also be called as the supporting words, which are going to help you to find a title and as well as to make a summary out of it. So this is the skimming part. Skimming is going to help you to make notes, add important information from the unseen passage, find a title or the subject of the unseen passage. Then after this, let us go to the second reading. You're going to read the passage for the second time. So we again start looking at the passage right from the beginning, and we all start writing the main points, the key support points, the important relevant words, so that this will help us to add those points in our summary. While doing this, what we do, sometimes we find that the words which we have selected, which we have chosen as the important points, may not be important at the later part, because as we have found out the title, we know the subject. Some points, though we have underlined, though we have chosen in our notes, may be excluded, may be avoided, deleted, because they are more descriptive, they are not needed, and therefore can be edited from your summary. And whatever is left, whatever important part that is remaining in your notes has to be sequenced in an order. The relevance should be given, the priority should be given to the most important things as far as the subject of the passage is concerned, and the whole message is to be written in a particular style, in your own words, in your own sentence constructions, but taking the points from the notes and the notes which you have prepared from the original passage. While doing this particular process, there are certain things which should be done, which should be carefully done, and which should be thoroughly avoided. So do's and don'ts. No paragraph making. So whole summary appears in a single paragraph. There are certain things that we should not begin the passage like this. The passage talks about, the passage speaks about, the writer wants to focus about. So these all things have no place in summary writing. Questions are usually too indirect and therefore they should be avoided. Our own questions should also be avoided. We did not frame questions in the summary. Your opinion doesn't matter. You have a great opinion about something, but that should not be written. You have a great say about something, but no, you have to avoid your emotions. Even if you disagree with the text contents, you must rely on its factual elements. You must rely on your factual contents. You need not insert any of your opinions, interpretations, deductions, or comments. The first person style should be avoided. It should be in a narrative or the third person form. As told, dialogue should be avoided. Do not begin the summary with this passage was about, what I read was, etc., etc. And do not use abbreviations in the summary, because abbreviations have no place. Write complete and grammatically correct sentences. So the points should be chosen well and presented well in the shortest possible form, so that the objective of making a summary out of an unseen extract or passage serves well with understanding all these facts and points. Let me give you some important tips. As I have already told, summary is not following all the steps that are necessary for the summary writing, but simultaneously some summary is made out of the notes and not out of the original passage, original summary. The original passage, I mean. The notes are going to help you. You know better which are the important words, so you should choose them well. Keep focus, as in case you might miss some of the important words. So missing is going to create problems, because if you miss some words, the summary may not come out in that particular way. Skimming, scanning, first reading, second reading should be done with great concentration. The second part is also important as well as the first part. And one word substitutes should be used instead of long phrases, long concepts. And let me also tell you that there are so many summary writing activities that are given to you. You have to follow those. Some are activities, some are assignments, and there is also a very wonderful quiz given to you. You have to just go through the quiz, find out the answers, and this is going to help you to understand summary writing skill in a more better way. Last but not the least, let me end up with this. This is a compulsory question at the board examination. As usual, an unseen passage will be given to you. Some points will be given to you as a language support, and these points are not the only points that are going to help you, but you also need to have some additions along with these points which are given for writing your summary. Students with good reading habits will find it easy to learn summary writing and score maximum. So reading something every day, reading English every day is certainly going to help you to summarize. And not only this particular skill, but reading will help you in every writing skill at the board examination. And therefore, thank you all and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.